Gotcha.
And but what it's going to still do is it's still going to put out CO2. So there's a chance, allegedly, I haven't had it happen to me, but and I've done this now like 7 times. I've made like 7, 8 different types of wines. That the carboy allegedly explodes if all that CO2 builds up in it without the cap being on, with the cap being on too tightly. But yeah. Now the cool thing, so of course the one question is, do you follow all of that?
I do follow that. Yes. Sorry, my ADHD kicks up. I got distracted by a cat sticker.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I get that, and that's
Because then
forgive me.
I have
That's
another
that's real. It's cool,
I have another level to this as well. There's another level to all this
dude.
as well.
Hit me with level two. Hit me with level two.
So then, do you know about mead?
Okay, so the reason I know anything about the balloon is because I got into this weird habit of watching people make mead.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only knowledge I have is like people pouring honey in and trying to make mead. I don't know much about it, but I've always been fascinated by the process. And my question to you is, have you made mead?
So I have not explicitly made mead yet. However,
Unacceptable.
I am currently fermenting a raw honey syrup wine. I'm fermenting a raw honey wine.
Ooh, come on now. Dude,
So,
why are you not documenting this, man?
oh, I'm
I would
documenting.
watch this.
I mean, I'm not documenting it publicly, but I'm documenting it privately. I have like Google Docs
Oh, man.
and spreadsheets about this.
Are you serious? Let's
I am.
go, dude.
Yeah, why not? Um, and so the thing about it that's really cool is, so I actually have there's a local winery in my area where
Hmm.
there's a guy there who teaches people how to make wine. Now, what happens is he still likes to talk shop. So you don't have to take any of his classes, and you can still talk his ear off, and he'll talk your ear off, and he tells you all these ways to make a wine. Well, one of the things that he
Gotcha.
does is he was talking about making syrup wine, because the whole thing about alcohol is it's just yeast digesting sugars. So he's like, you don't have to
Hmm.
do like dextrose or like sucrose that's commonly used in like sugar stuff. You can do honey and syrup. And the whole thing was I'm now working on a new sugar wash where what I'm doing is I'm doing sugar and raw honey together. And I
Okay.
have now been having to ferment it for 4 weeks because it has been
Oh.
fermenting for so long because of the fact that the yeast is just having a party. And what happens is there's actually yeast in raw honey. Raw honey actually has yeast in it.
Gotcha.
So I have double the sugar source, double the yeast. So I think I'm definitely making something crazy here this time around.
I'm pretty excited to see how this is going to turn out, man. I hope you keep me up to date on this one. I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
yeah. Now I do have another batch in my mini fridge out my backyard anyway, and
Oh yeah.
it is a long, I call it a long crash because it's a simple sugar wash with a coconut extract, and
Okay.
it tastes like a toasted coconut due to how like the fermentation and the coconut have like mixed together. Um,
Yeah.
and it's very bubbly because it's unfiltered. Important note I should make.
Yeah.
I don't really do filtered wine. I do unfiltered wine. And there's actually a whole niche for this. It's like craft
Okay.
wine, basically.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Yeah, because what it is you don't necessarily need to filter wine when it's just yeast and sugar residuals. What you do is you decant it, which is you pour it out slowly into a good glass, and it gives you the full body wine taste. But you don't need to drain it through anything. The reason why a lot of places do that is really just for show, but non-filtered wine is supposed to be healthier for you because a lot of yeasts have a lot of like vitamins and like a little bit of protein.
Go down the rabbit hole
Yeah,
because I think you and I are similar in the way that from what I've gathered from you, I think you just enjoy learning and like understanding the process. And that's how it is for
I
me when I
do.
approach stuff. It's like I want to go as deep as I can into it and like learn all the weird niche nitty gritty stuff that like nobody cares about, but like for me is just wildly interesting. So like I get it, dude. That crap is awesome.
I do like learning. I do like learning. It's also just cool because basically you kind of become your own like creator because it's like, hey, dog, I know how to make my own wine. Um, Catch me
What
down
a
at Total
flex.
Wine, dog. Like,
What a
yeah,
flex. Oh,
there's
you
so
buy
many.
store bought?
Yeah, yeah.
I make mine.
Ugh. Oh, where'd you get this from? Oh, see, I make. Yeah, mm,
Dude,
absolutely.
have you ever thought about like I'm sure there's a local farmers market near you. I'm sure. Have you ever thought about like selling some there?
Um, I mean, like, of course,
Ryan's
but
Home Goods.
so here's the thing about like small businesses is there's no such thing as a small business. Um, Small
Food.
business doesn't really exist. The thing is like when you go to a farmer's market,
Mhm.
what a lot of people don't understand is like that's still a huge supply that people have to have. Um, like there's still like it's not just like oh I like well, let me put it to you this way: farmers market suppliers and vendors are still like not people who just like grew some stuff in their backyard, and that's still kind of where I'm at in life.
Gotcha.
Like it's not there's no such thing as like a small business that's just like out of their backyard. Like a lot of
Oh,
places
true.
actually still do like they still do like they still do suppliers. Like
Yeah.
I actually applied to a small hot sauce business in Fredericksburg like last year, and I asked them about their stuff, and they were like, "Yeah, we formed during COVID because we grew peppers in our backyard, and in order to stay afloat and to even still be a small business, we literally cannot do that. Like, we have to start getting our peppers from suppliers now because this is not a sustainable business model to grow stuff out of our backyard and like make a small business off of this." And they're still just like a
Oh,
small, they're like a still ma and pa shop, and they still have to
yeah.
have a supplier. I'm like, oh wow, that's like eye opening.
Yeah, that really is. Jeez.
Yeah,
Thought it would have been a little bit
still.
easier than that.
I mean, for getting that quantity, you know. And
So,
also, fun fact. Now, mileage may vary, mind you, and I don't
yeah.
know what Florida's like, but a lot of like flea markets and farmers markets and stuff. Um, a lot of what they sell is overpriced when they sell it at those markets because they have to make payoff on the table because getting like a table is like anywhere from $100 to $300, like
Yep.
that vendor space that they have.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, I've worked with the farmers market down in my area, and they're popping, but it's like it's crazy, dude. These people spend like so much every week, and it's like the hours they put in, it's pretty rough. Like if you can do it and do it well, then you can make good money, but that is so time consuming. And it's the same with like tables at like conventions and stuff. Like when people go to sell crap, dude, they charge the living crap out of you.
yeah, yep.
Like, I was looking at complete change of topic. Sorry, it's the ADHD or autism or whatever's wrong with me at this point. But I wanted to when I released my book, I wanted to like have a little table at a crappy little tiny convention and just sell a couple copies if I could. And I looked at the price of the tables, and they were like, "Yeah, it's like $300 for a table." And I'm like, "Bro, I'm probably not even gonna make that much back." like,
Yeah,
brother, make it a little more accessible for me, please.
it's definitely a marketing thing, and they know that. They're
Dude,
like, okay, you're
for
basically
sure.
effectively paying for ad space in real life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like if you can afford it and you can do it, then it's great. But It's hard to justify it sometimes. You know what I mean? Like unless you know you're going to get the ROI on it, but you never know with
Yeah,
artsy stuff, I guess.
the Roy Rogers. Yeah.
Roy Rogers,
Uh,
brother.
yeah, Roy Rogers. Oh, speaking of, because you want to go to